Orc, though, is that he's going to be getting stronger while the Orc is going to be getting weaker. That's because he has tier 2 units coming out. He's, I'm not sure if he's upgraded Ensnare yet, but I believe he has. So, the humans' units are going to get weaker because of the damage of the Orc army, because they're going to run out of mana, especially if the Archmage dies. Meanwhile, the Orc's units are going to get stronger. So this means that the human is kind of on a clock here. Despite being in the advantage, he has to push his advantage in order to win. So, the towers go up next to the altar. This is not optimal. The best place is near the racks or the tier 2 buildings. Who goes for the Merc with his Blade Master because Mercs are really weak and have a high damage output. Then, he goes for the casters, but, oh dear. The Archmage, what's that Archmage doing back there? This is not good placement for the Archmage. So, what he's going to do is bring his Blade Master around and deal with that Archmage. And that's exactly what he does. So, actually going for the Mountain King first. He's going to kill the Archmage now. So, that Blade Master has a lot of damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Already the Archmage takes like a third of his damage. Another Windwalk hit. Now the Shadowhunter comes out. This is very risky. Brings his Shadowhunter out to kill the Archmage, but he gets bolted and loses his Shadowhunter as well. So, it's a hero trade. However, the Orc has the faster reinforcement time because his altar is right here. That's something you can do when your Blade Master is stacked, is get, pop kills on on the Archmage like that. Blade Master got surrounded, but he was near his shop, who had anticipated that his Blade Master was going to be low, and brought it over to his shop. Bought the potion, even though he was surrounded, and just kills the Mountain King like that, because his Blade Master is stacked once again. Now he's pushing his Blade Master a bit here. A pro player like Who can do this, because he knows so well the limits of the Blade Master. I would not advise that you do this. Whoops, got his salve cancelled by the random mistake there. I'm not sure what was going on in his head. He stopped his Blade Master, so he lost a salve. But now, look, here's the advantage of having your burrows further out. He's already putting damage on this tower. He's able to attack the priests that are coming to try and push him. In general, these two burrows are definitely being worthwhile. He's, clearly the footman is just going to be healed, but it's worthwhile. Now, Who notices, uh-oh, my altar is low. I hope my Shadowhunter gets out, so he sends a peasant to heal it. It was not the first. He already lost a peasant trying to heal it. So, that's good awareness. You have to be aware of especially in that situation, what's the health of your barracks? What's the health of your altar? What's the health of your burrows? What's the health of your Voodoo Lounge? And you should be able to, just sort of be aware of this, because you should be holding down Alt while you're playing. I'm not, because I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm relaxed. My APM is low, whatever. Got his Shadowhunter out, trying to keep his altar alive. Now he's going to come in and try and kill off some units. There are no heroes here for the human, so that means he can kill the casters pretty easily. There's very little front line for the human. Going straight for the sorceresses. No sorcs left for the human. Bad situation for human. Spellbreaker comes in. So, that means he's going to be able to steal Link, which theoretically is going to be very helpful, but look what happens to the Spellbreaker. Uh-oh. Ensnare. And here's a Blade Master. Ooh, 168 damage critical. So, yeah. 198. Ouch. 198 damage critical at level 2. So, at this point, the Blade Master is by far the superior force. The Blade Master can kill, like, all those militia and the footmen all at once by itself. So, yeah. Human trying to get rid of that annoying repairing peasant, but not going to be able to do it. Now Who's going for the towers, because, honestly, the footman is not worth much. In my opinion, he would be maybe even better off going for the peasants, but the towers were close together, the peasants could run around them, so that's probably why he didn't go for them. Now, Archmage comes in, oops, Ensnare. He doesn't even have his Shadowhunter, because his Shadowhunter died. I'm not really sure how he let his Shadowhunter die, but that was probably just a careless mistake. Anyway, Sorceress goes down, critical. Yeah. Blade Master at this point is pretty much invincible. And certainly very destructive. Resolver trying to get another tower up. At this point, he's not going to be able to take down the altar before the Shadowhunter comes out. And look what his army is. His army is 1 Sorceress and a Water Elemental. So, at this point, Who has pretty much won. Goes for the Sorceress because it's the only permanent unit. Water Elemental's going to time out. Gets the Sorceress. Now he ensnares the peasants. Going to go for the towers. Peasants can't repair while they're ensnared. So, Shadowhunter comes out. At this point, the towers are just going to go down. 1 tower goes down. He's wasting his Shadowhunter DPS on the Water Elemental, but whatever. Goes for the peasants. Goes for the tower. Peasants and tower go down. Archmage is out again, but the Blade Master just windwalks. And at this point, he should not do what he does here. This is a bad idea. Gets his Blade Master bolted. He didn't have a Windwalk. He probably miscalculated there. So manages very, very lucky there that he got the Windwalk off. Because he was at 75 mana exactly and being attacked by Spellbreakers. However, he's still way in the lead. He's going to kill these peasants. Even if he had lost his Blade Master, he would probably been able to win the game at this point because the towers are not up. But you don't want to risk it. You definitely don't want to risk it. Be careful with your Blade Master, who is pushing it to the very limits of its power. 272 damage crit. Lol. Good game. And now the Mountain King is going to go down too. So, Resolver GG's out. Well, soon. Mountain King has to go down first, but yeah, he GG's when that dies. So, almost lets it escape, but, you know, at this point, it doesn't even matter. If the Mountain King escapes, it's still a good game. So, Resolver GG's, and who is up 2-0 in the series. But like I said, Resolver ends up winning 3 more tower pushes that who doesn't deal with as well. So, yeah. The message here is Blade Master power, pretty much. You know, a lot of Orc players prefer the Farseer to fight off tower pushes because it kills peasants very easily, because you can send, like, you can do damage at a distance with the Farseer. You can send out your wolves to do commando work for you. But if you have a BM, which you mostly will unless you're a Farseer user, you need to be able to fight off the tower push with that too. On Echo Isles, that means getting your BM stacked early, including buying items, selling your TP to buy more items. On any other map, you'd buy circlets with that gold, unless you happen to get a lot. But, you know, just from creeping. But on EI, the marketplace often has better items. Buy the better items. The best item is pretty much the Claws +9. The second best, Claws +6, but a Gloves of Haste is also good. Circlet is maybe a little worse, but still an excellent item. It gives you extra Windwalk, which is nice. Obviously, Ring of Protection sucks. Don't get a Ring of Protection. Yeah, there's just really no other way to put it. Don't ever keep a Ring of Protection on your Blade Master. You need that item slot for something else. On Echo Isles, you should not have any trouble getting your Blade Master really stacked. There are like 14 camps that drop Blade Master items. So, get it stacked up before the human comes in with his towers. Yeah, I think I've said enough at this point. You probably get the idea of how to fight off the tower push. Remember, a lot of it is about what happens before the game. Before the tower push happens. You have to have a strong early game, harass the human, try and keep him from getting level 3, but if you don't, like, who did not manage to do that in either of these games, it's not the end of the world if you can do things like force the TP, or get the Archmage stuck in his base, or kill it off, or get a lot of footman kills, or peasant kills, hurt the human's economy, cancel his regen scroll or clarities. Just do stuff, just annoy the human, don't let him get his tower push up at his own pace. And you should be in a pretty good situation when it comes. In a situation where you can win it if you want. So, and you micro well. You can definitely still screw yourself over by not microing appropriately. But, yeah. And also, in the tower push battle, be opportunistic. Focus the units that are out of position. Make your opportunities as well. So, you know, when your Blade Master is Windwalked, you should think, okay, what unit am I going to boss around with a Blade Master now? Because I can run through everything. When your Blade Master isn't Windwalked or is out of mana, you have to think, okay, which unit can I ensnare to force it to keep it out of position? You know, that sort of thing is what you should be thinking. Or, really, you shouldn't be thinking it, you should just be doing it automatically. And, you know, practice against a friend. You can't really practice it against the computer, but, yeah. Just think, okay, if, you know, think of the human army as like a blob, okay? It's got, like, projections coming out of various parts, you know, the Archmage, whatever. And just go for the one that comes closest towards you, cut it off. Keep doing that, you know, like fighting an amoeba, right? Human army, amoeba. Yeah, okay. And, although, really, the Orc army is more like an amoeba, but that's okay. Just think of the human army that way. Look for, like, in this case, it was orange. Look for, you know, orange units coming out to the front. Ensnare, focus fire, you should have your raiders in a group where you can click ensnare fast. Or if you don't have them, where, you know, first in your group. I can't remember how it works exactly right now. I think that Spirit Walkers tend to go before raiders. So you'd have to tab in extra time. Don't let that happen. Keep your Spirit Walkers in a separate group, whatever. Um, yeah, I can't even remember. What I normally do is I have my spirit walkers in a group with my raiders as long as everything's going well. If there's a push or if I have a lot of spirit walkers, uh, I'll put them in a separate group. Otherwise, they just go in the same group. I'm not sure that's the best strategy. I don't know what who did in this game. I'm sorry, I wasn't paying enough attention to his selections, and I was watching for an observer perspective anyway, so I couldn't. Anyway, that's enough for this. Thanks for listening. This is Anonymous signing off.